Hello? Hello? Can you all hear me? I'm in the basement. I'm in the basement.
Hello.
Ah! Hi.
Hi.
Well, when I put it that way, you know,
Yeah.
it's Friday night. It's March the 1st of 2024. We're doing a random pop-up live stream. Guess I should probably tweet it out. Want to log in first? Absolutely not. Guess I'll just go copy the link and go to Firefox instead because I don't have the Twitter on Chrome. I don't log into it. Do. I live. Story time. Smiley face. Post. There we go. Reagan, how are you? How's it going? It's not a name I don't believe I've seen before, unless you changed your name from something else to that, which is possible. There have been people doing that lately, changing their names and whatnot. Hopefully a few more people show up. They're just not here because they didn't expect me to do a pop-up live stream like this. Because I am reckless. Yeah. Just here doing some stuff tonight. I figured I would do some work since Lowell went to sleep. It's only 7:30 though, so I don't really need to worry about sleep right yet. Your nephew just invited me to play Dinosaur Ride Simulator on Roblox, just so you know. That was a lot of cars that passed by. Okay. I lurk, but I've been around skulking in the dark. Hey, if it helps, so have I. Happy to have you here, as always, my friend. Figured I'd do a bit of chatting it up with y'all. Y'all apparently just being you. For now. Again, I did not schedule this, and that causes things and stuff. Guess I could also... What? Who knows what she sees? She cat. She see way more than we do. Guess I should go put this in the Discord server. Video promotion. Livin', laughin', lovin'. If you make it, they will come. Live streams are a strange beast, to be honest with you. Sometimes they do really well. Sometimes they flop. Livin', laughin', lovin'. La vida loca. Meow. Reagan, how you doing? I'm gonna ask you how you're doing, just because I usually start my streams off with a hello, how are you? Yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoy the lovely music, courtesy of Pretzel. I'm a subscriber to Pretzel, so it's currently on the VHS station, which is why some of it kind of sounded like it was the background music to a 90s training video for Walmart. The voice on the other end of this, who will not be doing... You seem well tonight. Gonna go AFK. That's cool. Go AFK. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Doing alright. The voice on the other end of this Discord call here is my... Dog needs to walk. Totally understand. Is my lovely other half.
Hi.
Patience, or Marie, however you want to call her. She's super loud again.
Uh-oh.
Down goes
Turn me
the
down, quick.
volume. There you go.
Cindy!
There you go. You're very much less loud.
Oh, good. I don't like being too loud.
Anyways, other voice is my lovely other half, Patience, or Marie, whatever you want to call her. Marie's Field of Nightmares is her channel. It is linked in the description below. Go check her out. She does the same thing I do. Cindy said, I didn't know you were on. Neither did I. I was upstairs and was like, you know, I need to record. Should do some live recording. So, and then there's Phantom of Darkness saying, hello, young man. Phantom, how are you, my friend? Are you here to tell me some paranormal stories I've never heard before? Or no? I mean, you're kind of in chat, so you'd have to type them out. So it's more like paranormal stories I've never read before. Which is a lot. Haven't read a lot of... Well, actually I have, but... Not the point. Oh, I didn't pre-brush my teeth. I'm an idiot. To those who ever want to start recording audio, one of the best things you can do before recording is brush your teeth. I'm here to tell you stories you've heard before multiple times. Hell yeah, let's go! Let's start with H.P. Lovecraft's Dagon.
Good choice, good choice.
Nothing beats a good fish people story. I wrote that just fine, never mind. Yeah. No, yeah, the way you wrote it was appropriate. It worked. And then you corrected it to also be appropriate, so however you choose to leave it. We'll be recording here soon. Figured, like I said, I figured I'd give a little bit of time just to chat it up with people. We had the first 5 minutes of music. Now we're out, gonna have 10 minutes of chatting, I suppose. Maybe a little longer. Before I start recording stories, I don't know what I'm gonna record tonight. I have a lot I can record. Guess we'll just see where the night takes us. Perhaps I'll record some Christmas music. Probably not.
Yeah.
No?
No thanks.
No?
No.
Not into the Christmas music?
Not really.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
That's weird.
That hurt my throat.
I bet. Please don't do that right before you record.
I will never do that again.
Good
How
job.
does that sound?
Yeah,
It's a lie. I'll do it again soon.
probably.
But yeah. Love, how are you doing tonight? You doing okay?
I'm doing good. I had to think of the first word when you said, I'm like, who's in the chat? I'm like, oh no, that's me. I'm doing good.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Good. Very good.
Yeah. I don't really have much to talk about. That's why this wasn't just going to be a chatted up stream, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. It has been a moderately stressful last few days, I suppose. Would you say? Moderately stressful? Kind of, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Medical stuff and whatnot. Needles. Needles.
Needle's always getting in the way.
I'm not a record player, sir. Whoops, don't cut that. Copy that. I had an orange cat. His name was Tyler. He unfortunately passed away in November of last year. And I had that as the background before that happened, and I've left it because I don't want to get rid of it. So he was a very lovely boy. I posted pictures of him quite a bit before he passed. He had FELV, and then in turn ended up with anemia that was pretty much untreatable. He wouldn't take the treatment, if that makes sense. He was very resistant to it, and it just didn't work out. He was a good boy. He was the best boy. Absolutely love and miss him. No, always will. But yeah, so Tyler, that was the orange cat. So I have a lot of stories that I can record. I guess I'll just kind of go all over the place and just chip away at the work I have to do. March is going to be a very busy month. I'm looking at like my calendar. Where'd it go? I was looking at my calendar. And I have a lot of stories prepped. And a good number of topics. So I'm pretty psyched. Pretty excited. Pretty excited.
Like more videos than the normal 3 a week.
Are you asking or are you telling them?
Both. Please tell me more, Raven.
Why would you ask? You
I'm curious.
usually you sit with me and talk things through for like ideas and what to look for whenever I go on Reddit half the time, so
I do.
I've lost a cat to that same disease. Yes, it's difficult. My mother told me when cats die, they wake up the next day as newborn kittens. I choose to believe that. That's a really sweet way to look at that. And if that's true, then I hope whoever ends up with him and their family gets to enjoy his quirkiness and personality like we did. So. I'm gonna get sad if I keep talking about it. I have a chicory mix if anyone's curious. I know you're not. But if you are, I have a chicory mix, which is like coffee, if you don't know what chicory is. It is a caffeine-free, acid-free alternative to coffee. I love coffee, but I'm very sensitive to caffeine. If I were drinking it right now, I would be up all night with my heart racing. So instead, I've gotten into drinking chicory, which is good. I bought an amaretto chicory, which is just absolutely fantastic. So,
Drinking it from a color-changing mug, right?
yeah, it has the As the Raven Dreams color-changing mug. Because whenever I make merch, I buy it for myself.
Well, yeah, you got to test it, right?
The only one that does. Not the only one, but I'm one of the only ones, so. And that's okay. Chicory coffee, yes. I love a blend of chicory. I developed a taste for it. See? Nolan's.
What?
Reagan. Chicory coffee, yes. I love a blend of chicory. I developed a taste for it. Nolan's. New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm kind of on the dumb.
That's not true at all. But yeah. No, yeah, it's chicory coffee is pretty popular down there. I actually like mine is not a blend. It's just chicory. It's chicory, carob, barley, something. It's a bunch of stuff, but there's no coffee in it. It's caffeine free. And it's prebiotic, so it's good for your gut. Good for the gut.
I have a coconut one, and with the carob and everything.
But yours is dandelion.
That's right. Yeah, it's got dandelion in it too.
Yeah. So hers is a chicory dandelion.
But it tastes like a macaroon. It is so good.
Mr. Horror on the Rocks comes in with $1.99 super thanks. Can I react? I can react to it. Yay! What's the point of reacting? I don't understand. Anyways, Horror on the Rocks comes in with $1.99 super chat because we're on a stream. Oh, jeez. It's gonna be one of those nights. Saying, have a good stream, my friend. Thank you, Mr. On the Rocks. I appreciate it. How are you doing, bud, if you're still around? I get it if you're just popping in to say hi and throw up the super chat. But if you are around, how are you doing? How's it going? How are things? I'm going to be starting to record here probably about 5 minutes. It's already been 21 minutes somehow. Don't know how the hell that happened. Y'all get me talking about some stupid things sometimes, I swear. And what's worse is that none of you said anything. I did it to myself. And there goes the cha-ching in my ear. Horror on the Rocks, a super chat, $1.99. What an amazing person. Thank you so very much. There we go. Comes up on the... Comes up on the screen with Pac-Man doing the dance.
Yeah, Pac-Man.
Doing well and living it up. Hope you've been great. I have been. Not terrible. Not my best, but not terrible at all. Man. Thank you again so much for the super chat. Do appreciate it, man. Always appreciated. Never, ever expected. Alright. Guess I should start reading some stories. Otherwise, my thumbnail is a lie. Before I read stories, though, I have to come over here to Streamlabs. Click this little button so y'all can see Adasti for some reason, because it just looks neat. To have Adasti up on the screen. It's kind of pointless. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go close Steam. Not you, I should have said New Orleans. NOLA is what locals say. In Louisiana, chicory is sort of a tradition drink. That dandelion sounds delicious. No, I know chicory is more of a... It's more of a New Orleans thing. I've been to New Orleans, and I have not had chicory from there, unfortunately. A peek behind the curtain. Well, if you want to peek behind the curtain, my friend, let me go and record. Hey, Raven, I wanted to share a story that... The After Effects. There's a lot of work in After Effects. I just... No, anyways, yeah. Dandelion sounds delicious. It is pretty good. I'm not huge on coconut, though. It's more her thing for sure. But she likes it, and that's all that matters. And I bought it on Amazon. What's stupid, though, is it comes in boxes of 25, and you're supposed to use 2 tea bags per cup. So 12.5 cups. My amaretto one just comes in a bag, though. It's like ground coffee. And I have a pour over metal cylinder I put over the mug.
Fancy.
Fancy indeed. I boil the water in an actual, like, little kettle thing on the stove. Hydrate. Hey, Raven. Oh, that sounded bad. That was bad. Hey, Raven. Hey, Raven. Hey, Raven. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Trying to open my throat here. What brand? That would be Ticino. Hey, Raven, Marie, and everyone here. Hey, Dr. Torment, how's it going? You could say hi, I'm not recording yet. I haven't started.
Oh, hello. Good to have you here.
Have to try it. Yeah, so, here they sell it at Sprouts. I don't know if Sprouts is a local thing. Is it, do you think?
I don't think so, but I don't know where all they're at.
Sure. But, or you can just, or you can just get on Amazon, as I get everything. Living in the Midwest has its, downfalls. Hey, Raven. I wanted to share a story that happened to me and my friends back in 2012. My friends and I love exploring. The city we lived in used to be more of a factory town. The houses were old, and many of them used to be owned by the people that owned the old factory in the town as well. Many people that worked at the factory basically rented the homes from them. And then I lost my place. I live in a very small rural town in Florida, so I know, so you know what I mean? Nice. It's from them. I don't know, I think Florida, I don't really think rural. That's interesting. But then again, I also think New York and don't think mountains, but... I know that's a thing. Basically rented the homes from them. Rented the home. The idea of your landlord also being your boss is really weird to me, but that's beside the point. Nowadays, the houses are owned by individuals, such as my Nowadays, the houses are owned by individuals, such as my childhood home that my parents owned. They never considered moving, even when they expressed their frustration with certain repairs. But I also understand that they owned that place since they married, and it meant a lot to them. But as a kid, sometimes it was the uncoolest place to hang out. And since there were a lot of empty and abandoned buildings around us, we always found a place to venture into. And this story is about one of those places. By the way, if anyone's curious, Urbex stories. Got a couple of them, so... Right on the outskirts of the city, there was a pretty large building where a hardware store used to be. I remember going there with my dad as a kid, and it was pretty run down then. I believe when the owners passed, their kids just sold it, and that was the end of it. Since then, it had been sitting empty and abandoned. My friends and I would drive by it, and see an unmarked police car in the parking lot, which only made it more interesting to us. If it was truly empty, then why were the police... If it was truly empty, then why were police presence necessary? Then, finally, no one was there for 2 weeks straight. We took the opportunity to finally check it out. We parked at the gas station across the street and walked over to the building. We went around back and my friend was able to pry the door open pretty easily. Once inside, it was pretty obvious the place wasn't that empty. Most of the stock was gone, of course, but the shelves and racks were still standing like they just cleared out. So if anyone wanted that peek behind the curtain, this is literally how I record. I read the story. If I mess up, I pause, I go back, I delete the section that I messed up and just start again from there. There are a lot of people who will just record the entire story and then go back and listen to it and cut out their mistakes. To me, that takes way too long, and I could never get that much content out if I did it that way. I used to, and it was stressful. Because I would record an entire week's worth of videos and then sit up at a coffee shop and listen to them all. Like, spend hours just listening to them to edit them, and I hated it so much.
It's hard to think that you actually did that at some point in time. That's
for over a year. Until Jay was like, hey, do it this way. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I can, but then I did. And I'm like, oh my god, this is so much faster.
It makes so much sense. I remember the few times that I recorded for you, like in little parts that you needed, and I deleted that. We talked about how it was different that I was doing that. And then that's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. Makes more sense.
It does. See, what's funny, like, you're over there talking, and you do not sound like how you whenever you record. Like, whenever you talk, like, into your mic, maybe it's because you can't hear yourself, but you talk higher pitch.
Yes, I can absolutely see that, especially with my job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Patience with blah, 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 bank.
I hate it. I hate it.
And this message is for blah. We need to talk... What is it? We need to talk to you about... We have an important matter to discuss with you. Please call us immediately at blah, 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 blah to prevent difficulties using your card.
Yeah.
If you are out of the country, the collect number is blah, 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 blah. We are open 24/7 and any representative can assist you.
See? You can do my job.
Only because I've heard you say that a billion times.
Yep. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is bank with patience.
You've done that.
Fuck.
This is Bank of... I mean, not, you obviously don't do Bank of Midwest, but this is Bank of Midwest with patience, and we need to talk about your card or something. You have a phone job. She has a sort of phone job. She is a... I guess I don't need to speak for her, but I'm going to. She's a fraud analyst for a bank, so...
I just do the call outs when I'm like, this looks sus.
Yeah. So she gets the cool... She has the cool job.
Yeah.
So it's a phone job, but it's a cool job. She used to actually be call center, but she has since risen to the top. She is the cream of the crop.
Yes.
No one does it better than the Macho Man. Patience.
Patience.
Exactly. 242 became a Ravens flock member. I thought you already were, but hello. 42, how's it going? How dare you let me lose my membership, Raven? I wasn't going to bug you about joining. That's kind of rude, isn't it? Hello, 42. How are you? And Dr. Torment says that he does the recording the way that I do as well. Old card, so it bounced. I wonder why your card was old. I'm considering sending you a bill for my tech support. I haven't yet. I'll think about it. No clue, shifty face. Shifty face. Put Tyler in the chat. Nino Brown says, can't stay, just wanted to say hello. Hello, Nino, how are you? Also, hi, if you can't. If you're already gone, I understand. But hello, hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. It was absolutely fantastic of you to do so. I owe you a recording or two. Do you? Or is that your payment for the the transgressions that have whatever I just said? Standing like they just cleared out. Marty Martin says Purple Heart. Hello, Marty. How are you? That's my payment. Gotcha. Rock was gone, of course, but the shelves and racks were still standing like they just cleared out. There were signs about the last offers they had sitting at the registers, covered in dust. From somewhere above, there was some kind of airflow as you could hear the subtle creaks from the signs swaying, which was pretty eerie when that happened. No, that's not what it says. Swaying. Which was pretty eerie when that was pretty much the only sound in there. I knew what happened to the place, as my dad told me about it, but it was kind of odd to see the place left as it was. Why did the kids sell or get rid of the inventory but leave literally everything else? I like to just see these places as they are and leave them that way, but I know a lot of people that would gut. I know a lot of people that would gut something like this and scrap and sell it all. Maybe that was why the police were there, to prevent that. Anyways, we made our way to the back of the store where the employee area was. To my surprise, they had one of the literal punch-in time cards. There was even a stack of employee cards in the organizer nearby. It is an emoji. It is an emoji party. Yeah, no coughing. You're lucky I'm paused. It did not pick that up. All I heard was... Well, no, why would you hide that one?
Right?
YouTube's all like, everyone else can do it, but Dr. Torment, sorry, you're not allowed to do that. I allowed it. It's okay by me. Anyways. Organizer nearby. We went through all the cards, just reading the names and their times. They were clearly many years old, but there was still something about it that was kind of stepping back in time. Walking in at the age of 8, immediately smelling wood shavings and paint, now seeing the employee side of things, I quite enjoyed it. No sadness, Dr. Torment. We allowed it. We accept it. We approve. YouTube's probably so like, hey, don't promote drinking. Or something. I quite enjoyed it. 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 Raven, if a membership of mine ever expires for you, tell me, I'll fix it. Hey, I absolutely will. I'm just really bad about seeing it. Like, I need to update my video for March now. So... I know, right? I feel like I just did February. How is it already March? That is really ominous. And I typed that. Some rules. Be good people, no spam, no show respect, no isms. Any violations be punished as necessary. Punished as necessary. Where did the month go? Who knows? It's having issues, but I think it's all fixed now. Cindy, you are good to go, my friend. We got you all sorted out. February is a tad shorter. By like a day this year, it's like 1 day shorter than normal month. And just... Huh.
That is no longer an excuse. February has no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree. After we got our fill of the employee room, we walked out and towards the other side of the building. And this was where all the small hardware stuff was, like screws and bolts. And there was actually a container that was filled with bolts, washers, nuts, just a bunch of random parts. Again, and we just looked through all the little containers and display items on the wall, messing around and talking to each other. It's shorter because the Romans thought February was a bad luck month. Well, messing around and talking to each other. It can sort itself out, bruh. Talking to each other. Needs to get with the times. Full of fun facts. Fun fact! Oranges. We'd been doing this for some time, so we were all pretty calm throughout this. Probably a little too relaxed, because my friend Faith decided to climb up one of the racks to see if she could get to the top. Oliver told her not to. I may have encouraged her, because if she could do it, I wanted to climb up there too. However, to our surprise, the shelves were not bolted down in any way, and it was almost like we watched it in slow motion as it started falling backwards towards Ollie and I. I didn't move quick enough and it fell back on me, as well as Faith, while Ollie managed to get out from the other side. He overhauled everything? Who did? Julius? Yeah, he did. Managed to get out from the other side. That's why October, the 8th month, is the 10th month. I'm not joking. I know you know. That's why September, the 7th month, is the 9th month. Caesar salad is Mexican, not Italian. It's got anchovies in it. Woohoo! The other side. I like to sit here and click the spacebar repeatedly, so just in the other, and the other, and the other, and the other. There's gonna be no, like, congruity or no, that's the wrong word. No continuity to these stories as I record them on the stream because of how much I pause and talk to people. It's beautiful. It's beautiful indeed. They've used the loop feature. Oh, I know. I know. Because then I just do this, from the other. Yep. Die. I dropped to the ground, at least hoping to not be too injured, but also hoping to make a soft landing for Faith. Her head did hit me, but that rack was heavy as hell, considering it held all the hardware that it did. It knocked the wind out of me, but thankfully, Faith responded too, so I knew that she was okay. The crash, however, was painfully loud, and it had to have been heard from the outside, so we knew that we needed to get out quickly. I sound like a goblin?
You do the repeat part.
The loop?
Sounded funny.
Did you update your Audacity? So, yeah, I'm on 333. I didn't realize that was the one I had. So, I didn't update it after you told me you didn't like it. I just, actually already had it. I didn't realize it. Because I was using an old one for a while. But it does okay. It's doing okay. That we needed to get out quickly. Ollie called out to make sure that we were both conscious and okay, and asked if we could move. And Faith was able to get to her hands and knees, but I was pretty much pinned where I was. The racks had backings, so we couldn't. Okay, that was a typo on their part. I was. Context clues help. Whenever people misspell something in their stories, it's easy to go through the typo or see a typo and had back, so I couldn't not? Huh? Oh, there we go. Yeah, because it was typoed. I could see. See, that's what I was saying. Is context clues. So even if you like misspell or miswrite something, context clues are super helpful in reading stories. Where was I? There I was. Where I was. I was right there. The racks had backings, so we couldn't exactly just stand between them and walk out. Ollie tried to pull it to... Ollie tried to pull it, but I could tell that he was struggling with it. Faith tried pushing it with her back, and I with my arms, but we couldn't move it. We just weren't doing anything to it, while Ollie was at least able to move his corner some. Now... I always have troubles, 42. Now was where we started to panic some. We didn't know how we were going to get out of this. Then, we all simultaneously stopped talking when we saw a dark shadow approaching from the opposite end of the standing rack. We were found out, and we were about to be in big trouble. He shined a flashlight at us, all of us too afraid to talk. At us. All of us too afraid to talk, when the stranger finally spoke. Looks like you could use some help. Ollie immediately said that we didn't want any trouble, and said that we would leave when the guy started laughing. He stepped toward us more and shined a light on himself. "Do I look like a cop to you?" he said in a playful tone. For everyone who reads posted the bloopers, it would probably be great for morale. I sometimes do. I haven't in a while, but said in a playful tone. When I do, no one watches.
You got a couple of them on there, like 2 or 3, I think. And one specifically for I skidded.
A skidded?
Skidded.
Skidded. Hello, Pan Smith. I don't because I delete them. So I delete them now. I should save some of them. Some of them aren't my favorite bloopers. Some of them kind of suck. Some of them are just me like screwing up a sentence and dropping hard F-bombs and just yelling. Punching things. Smashing rocks with my teeth. Precisely. Said in a playful tone. He had long gray hair that was tied back, as well as a beard that looked to be equally as long. Wearing some old jeans and a denim jacket. He walked towards Ollie and started directing him to push with him. And with his health, push with him. Hop off 3 a.m. Oh, wow, you're in a totally different time zone. Dr. Torment, have a great night. It's 8 p.m. here. Push with him. And with his help, Spikaria has been a member for 11 months. Hello, Spikaria. That was loud. I'm like, with his help. And with his help, JD's nap in the autumn sunshine. That sounds beautiful. Wait, Patience is Marie. You can't prove that. Vanna, hello. How are you? That Spikaria said that. Who said Patience was Marie? I didn't say that. Vanna, hello. I said that already, but how are you? Steve says 3 a.m. here too. My kids keep me up. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hello, Steve. How are you? I'm to push with him. And with his help, they lifted it enough for both of us to crawl out from under the rack and between them. Once we were out, the man put a cigarette in his mouth and lit it as the three of us stood by and shyly thanked him for his help. He gave us a hard time, all in fun, about how we were the loudest explorers that he'd ever come across. Thank you, Reagan. Appreciate that. Penn says, have you ever seen Marie and Patience in the same room? I have. Right now.
Damn it.
They're literally in the same room right now.
You can't prove it.
Yeah, you're Patience and that's Marie.
Uh-oh. She's not paying any attention.
I know, I'm like staring at her, waiting for her to respond for some reason, even though I know she's not going to, because she's a cat.
She's busy.
She is. Imagine when Patience and Marie start fighting. It's a very strange day. Vanessa is doing great tonight. It's a rainy, gloomy night. My favorite. How you guys doing? Doing pretty well, thank you. Doing pretty well. Just recording some stories. Chipping away at the work I have to do this month that he'd ever come across. Raven has to leave the room. Yeah. If Patience and Marie start fighting, I have to leave the room. It can't... It's when, like, whenever your wife and girlfriend start fighting, you just gotta leave the room. Reagan just saying, yeah. How are you three, Burb, Patience and Marie? I'm good. How are you two?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Cool, cool. You should have, like, put your hand in between, like, and I'm doing pretty good, too. Like, yeah, you should have.
Here, I'll do this.
Oh, okay. It's a glitch in the Matrix when they fight, right? Can't prove it. That just proves it. LOL. We could have assumed they were two different people. You could have. A lot of people have. A lot of people didn't know they were the same person. If they were the same person, a lot of people wouldn't have known they were the same person. It's not a well advertised fact. Just saying. It's that weird Marie woman, right? So I do have YouTube automatically putting ads into the video, to the stream. If it starts to play too many ads, just tell me. I don't know what it's going to do. And sometimes it likes to... So, for those of you who don't know how YouTube's stupid ad system works, I had a 4-hour... At another game, okay. I had a 4-hour comp go up. It was the glitch one. No, I know I can't Spikaria. I was trying not to mess with it too much. I'm trying to let it do its thing and see how it does. That 4-hour glitch comp that went up, it put 39 ads in the first 2 hours of the video. And then 0 ads from 2 hours to 4 hours. So if you ever go to a video from like one of us narrators and you click on it and you just get ad after ad after ad, let us know, because odds are we forgot to unclick the insert ads automatically. Trust me, none of us will ever do that intentionally. Unless I put up a video that says, watch this video to pay my rent, you can assume it was an accident. Though that's not allowed. Because YouTube says that's not actual views if you have a video that does that, or it's like that. Yeah.
Then why would you allow that?
Why
What?
would their system encourage that?
Right.
But if you have a video that you tell people to watch to pay your bills or whatever to make money, it's against their terms.
So silly.
Gotta love it.
Okay.
It's either out cold or you turned it off. I fixed it. I caught it before it went live. Does that link work? Probably not. It does work.
Yep, it's still there.
Possum, possum, possum. Actually, is the bot on? Well, it is talking, isn't it? So if I do redeem possum. So, man, we want to reach you for your cart, right? Possum. We'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Or, sorry, let me just... There you go. Come on.
Hello. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
There we go. Loudest explorers that he'd ever come across. If you need rent video, right? I'll just call it something like 1 story, 59 ads. True scary advertisement stories. There you go. He mentioned how he spotted us shortly after we came in, so that was pretty terrifying to me. This guy had been following us since we got in, and none of us saw him. WSG GOAT. I'm guessing that's what's good. I'm sorry, I'm not good with the lingo, the kids' lingo. I'm an old man. I'm assuming that's you asking how's it going. It's going pretty good. How about yourself, Dobie? How you doing? JD and I curled up on the bed and fall asleep to the sound of you reading. I love that. Thank you. JD's a dog, I believe.
Okay, thanks.
Like 99% sure JD's the husky.
Yeah. A lot of people like his voice. That's okay.
I'm excluded from that group. Just so you know. None of us saw him. Queso Mezo says I'm doing pretty good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. None of us saw him. None of us saw him. Saw him. I liked to think that I was pretty aware of my surroundings, but that all went down the drain. At any point, this man could have grabbed one of us, and we may have never known. He explained that he had actually been living in the storage basement for the past few months. I didn't even know there was a basement in that building. He explained that he knew it existed because he used to work there, and he knew the old owner of the place. We sat on the now fallen rack, listening to some of the things that he remembered about this place. She went viral. My retention on IG has hit 100. That is... Wow. Remembered about this place. It's actually pretty cool. Patience tried to make her cat go viral, but she just had like this one Italian lady that really loved her.
Yes. She got some followers, but yeah, there's this one lady that messages all the time. Tells me how she's doing. She's a very nice lady.
It was just funny. This lady is like obsessed with Patience's cat for no reason. Just like, hey, how is Mitzi doing? It's like, she's good, thank you. You're very kind, but it's so weird. You remembered about this place. He talked about how it started going downhill when the cats, damn it. He talked about how it started going downhill when the kids began managing it. They wouldn't fix some of the safety issues, and there were more than one accident that happened that could have been avoided if they fixed the highly dangerous issues. He even explained how someone lost part of their hand due to a safety switch in a saw not functioning. To be honest, some of the things he told us were pretty crazy, and scarier than what happened to us. So on my bed and my IG and my heart, nice, never fails, right? Want to get your channel started to watch my cat sleep. Like, have a camera on your cat sleeping? If you did that and just like put some lo-fi music behind it, you'd get 1 million subs, guarantee it.
Oh, absolutely.
Lo-fi while my cat sleeps. Yeah. Sarah's Death says, hello everyone. Hello Sarah's, how are you? And then there's, it's a joke, I'm just saying. And then Lady Spicaria with the 2 Australian dollars, the $2 dues, as you will, saying Mitzi is a queen. Mitzi is a queen. She's also an asshole. To put it simply. You gonna say something, Patience?
Pretty much that. That I'm just not going to tell her that because it'll get to her head.
I know.
Yeah.
Good pet cam? What do you mean? Like a camera to put on your pet? Because I have no idea. Probably about $1 something for you, possibly. And there goes the dinging in my head. That means it's on the screen. Thank you, Lady Spicaria, for your $2 dues. Although it's just a $2. Not like 2 AUS or whatever, just a $2. It's to us. If we're all lucky at some point tonight, my voice will crack, so. After talking for some time, we decided that we should probably leave. We thanked him for his help, though, not knowing what we would have done if he didn't help us. Gave him some of the cash and smokes we had on us, and left through the back door. And the last thing he said to us was, "I didn't see you, you didn't see me," and nodded, shutting the door. We made our way back to our car with no one noticing and went back to Ollie's to chill for a bit. The time there started out great. It was nice reminiscing, but also seeing it abandoned and quiet was eerie. And then when the rack fell, I was pretty freaked out, knowing how loud it was, that we were going to be found out and arrested. And none of us had ever been arrested. And when we saw this random figure approaching us while we were helpless, there were millions of scenarios running through my mind. But thankfully, he was just a guy down on his luck, and decided to lend a hand instead of robbing us. Or worse. And we all still like to urbex, but I think I'm a little more paranoid when it comes to checking my surroundings. Because who knows if we'll get that lucky again. See, my voice just surrounding. Voice cracked right at the end. Because who knows if we'll get that lucky again. There we go. I read the story a little fast. That's not good. Nope, equals this divided by 60 equals this divided by this. Hot water and lemon or green tea? Yeah, no, I know. My voice cracks every once in a while. It's just a thing that happens, you know? Because I am an adult. To watch her while we're out. Oh, I don't know. If anyone has any pet cam suggestions, please let Penn know. Butterfly, mine does it a lot. Oh, yeah. I already have my chicory. I'm out of chicory, so. Good chicory. And I got my water. I'm hydrating. Have you guys played the game Stray yet? I've heard about it, have not played it. I love your little pauses. You two are definitely narrating my book. Okay. My little pauses is in, like, how I pause at the end to make it a little more dramatic. My dramatic pauses. I haven't played Stray, but I want to. It looks super fun. March. Urbex. How fast did I read that story? 2.7 words per second. Oof. The drama. Well, I mean, if I'm gonna read, like, scary stories, it's gotta be dramatic, man. It's gotta be dramatic, man. What? Exactly. Make you come over here and record your stories. Probably should. You're supposed to have a video come out tomorrow. Whoa, that was weird sounding. Mm-hmm. Did you unplug it?
How's that?
Better.
Nice. I don't know. A thing popped up and said unrecognized USB. I'm like, that's not a USB, silly. And,
Yes, it is.
yeah. Yeah. I learned. I went to talk and it said no. And then you must have heard something funny.
It played through your speakers. The audio, the recording was like through your laptop's mic, so it was like.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I'm ready to live record yet, so.
That's okay.
Yeah. Sound like a fool.
Do you think I don't sound like a fool half the time on live streams?
Yeah, but you play it off. You're pretty smooth at it. I'm like, nope, I'm dumb. Let's go.
I play off sounding like a fool. Good to know.
Sounds smooth. It's like, yeah, no, I meant to do that.
Sounds like he's used to sounding like a damn fool.
Hey, man, whichever way you want to take it.
Hey, man. Hey, man, whatever, like. Whatever, man. Loving us. You don't mind 2 the time till I like how I said something. I don't. I do them once. I do it exactly like I'm doing it on stream. As a young kid, I knew that I was pretty difficult to deal with. Not in the sense that I got in trouble and skipped school and was a bully, but more so that I was very curious and tried to get into everything. My parents liked to remind me of how many child locks they had to put on cabinet doors, and even the fridge. That was 3 things, not 2 things. There's a comma there that I missed. Everything. My parents liked to remind me of how many child locks they had to put on cabinets, doors, even the fridge, because I would climb into everything. I even climbed over the kid gates. It was hard to get me to sit down. As I got older, the curious and ever adventurous part of me never died. There's a tagline in my least spooky story I sent you. I have no idea what you're going to do with it, but it was weird. Pen, where and when did you send it? Did I already record it? Did you mark it as by pen? Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. What did you do? And I can do it with an Amazon Spot, no screen. Yeah, so with those, I know you can check in. The Spotify turning on? Oh, yes, I have that. I have that. Spotify. It was a glitch story, right? Or paranormal? Was it paranormal? I have it somewhere. I know for a fact that I read that story. I haven't actually read it for a video, but I definitely read it. No idea where that fits. I don't know where I put it. I know I have. I've read it. I've read the story in my submissions, on the website, but I don't know where exactly I put it. Or maybe I just haven't copied it over to my list yet. I do that a lot. You good? Oh, where'd Mitzi go? She's just sitting there. Hi, Mitzi. Mitzi. Hi, Mitzi. Hey, come here. Come here, Mitzi. What?
She gone.
Yes. She's staring up at the window.
Mitzi.
She's so she literally just sits there and just stares off at nothing just to ignore us. 242, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. If you don't use it, that's okay. It's more of a funny moment than a story. I'm not saying I'm not going to use it. I don't have it on my list yet. I'm slow about things. Never died. My friends and I loved to get into places that we shouldn't be. It was like finding a secret base that no one else knew about. We've explored woods, old tunnels and construction sites, and a few old buildings. But this time, we were really wanting to check out this old house that our school bus always passed by. It had caught fire a couple years prior and was left condemned and abandoned. We didn't know who lived there prior, but the house was clearly left to fall apart. And that just meant that it was a free place to stake out with my friends. I like the way you can turn the voice on and off. It's something I've had to teach myself. My speaking voice isn't necessarily my narrating voice. Ow. It's just one of those things. You just have to... I bet you that's why she's staring. Because I don't have the blanket out of the curtain.
Oh.
I have it tucked up so she can't hide underneath it.
Oh.
Oh, you wanted to sharpen on that side and go to this side, huh?
Okay.
I mean, you can go fix it for her if you want. So we have an old box spring. Down here in the basement. It's our old box spring from our old bed. It just sits down here in the basement against the wall where the windows are. And, the only reason we still have it is because originally Tyler would sit up there and stare out the window, and then also Mitzi likes to sit up there and stare out the window. The curtains down here are literally just cheap Walmart blankets. $2 felt blankets. And I opened them to get some sunlight down here the other day because it was warm. And Mitzi's upset. That's why she was staring. Because she didn't have the blanket to cover her up to be her little fort. Patience, do not fall. She'll go back to it, just let her. She's a silly cat, you know that. What you doing, Mitzi? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Mitzi? Ah! There we go. So you really are in the basement? Yes, my basement is my studio. Narrated story with an Australian accent again. I don't know. There goes your mouse. I have an amazing voice. Thank you, Spikaria. Lady, did you go to a Tay-Tay show? I didn't, but a lot of friends went. You know what I like about you guys? Some of you know that I'm in the Kansas City area, and thankfully none of you have mentioned the Chiefs or the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Or Travis Kelsey. And Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Taylor. Anyways, to stake out with my friends. After school one day, I finished my homework and chores as I was told to, and After school one day, I finished my homework and chores as I was told to do, and was given permission to go out with my friends. I called up Roman and Shane and took off on my bike to meet them at our normal designated spot. No, I don't do sports either, Cindy, so, to be honest with you. I know we won, and I knew we won the night that we won because there was gunfire and fireworks at like 11 o'clock at night. Bro, I go to bed early, okay? I go to bed early. My stomach just went... I go to bed early, okay? And they were making loud noises at like 11:30 at night. It was loud. Spot. You're not talking. If you're talking, you need to talk to them. You had your mic
Yo.
on. Yeah, dude, yeah!
Figured it out.
You did! Good job!
Gonna say it's one of those times when I wake up and it's like, was that in a dream? And then you see Mitzi staring out the window like, the hell's going on? It's like, oh, okay, yep, no, this is real.
Loud noises! I like lamp. Precisely. Spicari, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Night? No. Day.
Have a good day, Spookaria.
I'm gonna bug you over here. Why you leave, Sob? Spot. And we typically brought very little with us, being young and inexperienced. We knew it was probably going to be dark in the house with no power, so we all brought flashlights. That was terrible, terrible, terrible enunciation there. Inflection, whatever you want to say. No power. So we all brought flashlights. Oh, I'm gonna hiccup. Brought flashlights. Roman brought an... Ugh! Roman. I need to say the words, not eat the words. You okay, love?
Yep.
Okay. Brought flashlights. Roman brought an old backpack that may have had a hammer or a small pocket knife in it. He always had some kind of tool to help us get into places. And that was about all that we brought. And like I said, we were young and more so just wanted to check the place out more than anything. We rode our bikes down the street and around the corner to the house. Then after not seeing any cars drive by or in the distance, we ditched our bikes behind the house in a small gravel area and started walking around it to find the best way in. This is like a behind the music documentary. It is. It's the live recordings are more exciting than me actually recording stories whenever I record them, because usually it's during the week. So Patience is upstairs working, and I'm just down here in the basement, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta record, and then I get distracted, and then I record, and then I get distracted again. And there's usually on those days there's more lo-fi. Today it's VHS. I can't hear it. You guys can though. I'm assuming it's good. Now pay bills? Oh, fine. Oh, where's Firefox? Hang on, let me pull up Firefox. Pen wants me to pay bills. Pen wants me to be an adult. Okay, hang on. Olathe, bill pay, like the Kings. Sign in, log in with my saved password. Billing summary, total amount due 107.65. Pay now. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna pay 108 because I like even numbers. 108. Pay now. With this card right here, you good? Okay. I'm gonna hit the pay now. Continue.
Look what you've done.
I'm hitting continue. Go ahead and pay 108. Okay. Yeah, 108 and accepted. Your payment.
Powers automatically.
Your payment has been accepted. If your service has been interrupted for non-payment, please call customer service at this number and provide your payment confirmation number. Click here for a brief survey to provide feedback on your experience. I will not be providing feedback on my experience for paying my damn water and trash bill. There you go. Payment date March 1st, 2024, 8/39/47. This thing counts down to the second. Can I go back to recording? Thank you. And with all respect, Pen, you telling me to pay that bill is the first time it's been on time in like 7 months. It's due.
So, yeah, that's probably a good thing.
It's due on the 11th, and we never paid on the 11th. And it has nothing to do with like we don't have the money. I just forget. And my excuse, my excuse is, and I'm gonna say this out loud. My excuse is, at our last place, we didn't pay the water bill. It was paid by the property, and that's my excuse. It completely ignoring the fact that we've lived here since May of 2017. Completely ignoring the fact that we've lived here for 7 years now. That is still my excuse. And our water, okay, in those 7 years, our water has only been shut off once because I forgot to pay the bill for 2 months. Okay? It's only happened once. Just once.
That was just kind of like a, oh yeah.
In my defense, it was not too long after I got laid off.
That's true, yeah.
A lot of crap was going through my brain, and I just didn't think about it. It's my PR training. Being creator is all fine and dandy, but you have to stay on top of things. Pfft. Yeah, it's true. The only thing that sucks about being a creator is I don't get paid until the 21st. So, and that's every month. YouTube pays out on the 21st of every month. So I have the money in my account that I have right now for the next 3 weeks, and that's it until that day. And that sucks. But I got invited to, not really invited, added to. It's a done deal. I got added to the special system that Spotify now has, so I should be getting some sponsorships on the Spotify side of things here soon. That's pretty exciting. It's normally a paid-for service, but they did some changing on their stuff, so it's a free service for me. I don't know if you guys all know this, but I am... Cindy, I am going to send you another postcard, and I am an a-hole for not having done so yet, and I am so sorry for that. I have several I need to send. I am a terrible person at this. I've been so stressed out and like just so in my head with other things lately that I keep forgetting. I promise you, you will get a postcard and it's going to be correct. And I'm going to send you a membership, not a membership, a message on a membership? Really? Oh, cause sponsorship. I read sponsorship. A message on Twitter to make absolutely sure I have the correct address and don't screw it up. You are going to get that postcard. I promise you. I just need to get off my ass, quit being a lazy POS, and get it sent. I am horrible. Hoping for a dog treat sponsorship. Yeah, that'd be cool. The only sponsorship I've ever had was Spotify itself. Me trying to get people on their platform. Well, and BetterHelp, but BetterHelp was sketchy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they were sketchy until after I did their ad for them, so. Where was I? Paying bills? No, recording. Best way in. We didn't even try the front door, wanting to stay out of view, but the back door seemed to be jammed. Yeet your Spotify pre-ad. The back door. Which pre-ad? Stay out of view. But the back door seemed to be jammed. The pre-ad that's, hey, do you want to start a podcast? Because they took that away from me. That's what they're getting rid of, and that makes me sad. Because that was the most fun I ever had recording stupid ads. Because I got to write the script. As long as it just basically told you about what what Spotify for podcasters was. It was cool. But they're taking that away from me, so no more host read ads, unfortunately. And from here on out, it's just going to be sponsored ads. So, but it's money, right? It's payment. That's what matters. And I try not to be annoying with my ads, especially on Spotify. Like, I go, 2 per. Like, on YouTube, I try to do 1 per, 2 if it's longer. I try to be, like, as conservative with my ads as I can and not push them too hard. Because I don't want to annoy the hell out of you guys. You know? Like, I don't want to annoy the hell out of you guys with it. Because I would get annoyed, too. So. Oh, yeah, your pre-ad. Yeah, they did yeet it. That's what they took away. Spotify completely did away with host read ads. So, it's just no longer a thing. Which sucks because on Spotify, and this is nothing against Spotify, and if anyone from Spotify hears this, since we are partnered, I want you to know this is not a negative against Spotify. This is not me complaining about Spotify. This is just simply me stating facts. Those host read ads that were annoying that people didn't like about me asking if they wanted to start a podcast were actually what I made the most money on Spotify. Like, it was like a 75-25 split, 75 being host read, 25 being what they said, what they added. So it kind of sucks I took it away, but it is what it is. It's okay. We'll make up for it in this new system. Or seemed to be jammed. So. We did, however, find a window that we could open, and the screen was missing, so that was our way in. Roman went in first, then me, lastly, Shane. It never annoyed me because I knew it was dollars. It was. And it was actually decent money. So, it does suck, but the landscape is changing, and we must adapt, and adapt we shall. Adapt we shall. We persevere, we press forward, we keep going. That's what we do here. Shane. Once we were in, we realized just how much damage a house fire can do. Most of the walls were blackened. There were spots where the walls were peeling, where it was burnt, revealing light parts of the wall. I don't know if it was paint or wallpaper. There were still charred remains of a couch, a TV stand, and a table in the living room alone. Everything we touched left a grimy, dark residue on our hands, like soot. Walking through the rooms and seeing so much stuff that was left behind was almost haunting. New IG influencer program has been a learning experience. I'll bet. I have no idea what that's like, to be honest with you. It's almost haunting. I'd be curious, but I'm not cool enough on the gram, you know? There was a kid's room with charred stuffed animals, now hardened from the burnt fur and warped by the water from the firemen, I'm sure. And so many things that looked melted in place, like a cup sitting on a counter, now drooping over a plate. It was eerie knowing someone lived here and had to leave all of this. But at the same time, it was an incredible sight to see, and one hell of an eye-opener for me when it came to fire safety, if I'm being honest. And the smell was pretty strong, too. We had a burn barrel at my house. I was familiar with the smell of burning wood. Smell of burning wood. Both treated and not treated, as well as odd things that I would throw in there like paper or old toys. Can't imagine walking into a house after a fire, right? Old toys. Oh, and based on the beginning of this story, this house burned and was abandoned for a while. Not that you would know that. I mean, you would know that because you've been here, but like, not that anyone else got here now would know that because it's been like 30 minutes since I started reading it. Toys. And while the smell of old burnt wood was present, there was another pretty pungent smell that I couldn't identify. I remember discussing it with my friends, but none of us knew what it was. But we continued on. After exploring the house, it was a single floor, my friend discovered the door that led to the basement. Roman and I definitely wanted to check it out. Yeah, Cindy, you still here? I hope I didn't upset you. I like my statement towards you was definitely not towards you or like negative anyway. I that was against me because I need to send that stuff to you, and I am very sorry that you didn't get it. No, you're fine. Okay. There was a shooting at the 1700 block of South Kiowa, and I don't even know where that is. Here in the city. And I don't even know where that is. I went to Twitter. I clicked the button. We wanted to check it out. The floor seemed sturdy, and I didn't have any worries about it collapsing. Shane, however, was not interested in the basement. Going down there with just the flashlight was not something he was willing to do. But we compromised. He stayed at the top of the stairs, pointing his flashlight at the steps for us, so that we didn't trip. We would check out the basement, and then come back up and leave. No big deal. We walked down the stairs, and it probably sounded louder than it actually... Louded? Definitely meant louder. Abandonment issues? There's like 17, 18 people watching. So y'all know. No big deal. They're there. They're just watching from the shadows. We walked down the stairs, and it probably sounded louder than it actually was, since the house was so still. Once down there, the same but subtle smell from upstairs was now stronger in the basement. However, it wasn't bad enough to make us leave, and so we started scanning the area with our flashlight. Most of the basement was open, but there was a small hallway at the bottom of the stairs, and a door on the right that we opened to get to the rest of the basement. I saw the hookup for a washer and dryer, but there was only one machine there. I saw a pile of clothing or something similarly soft close to the machine. But I remember that all of it looked fine. What did I say? Did I say shakedown? Oh no, you said... Penn said shakedown. I've had house fire and fire my driveway when kids playing with fireworks and shot one that went underneath the car and caught the car on fire and was only staved off by licking the brick. Reagan, what does that mean? I'm gonna have to Google that one. Okay, I Googled licking a brick, and the top thing is from Cora that says, what would happen if I licked a brick? And the answer, lethophagia and pica are serious disorders not to be messed with that can eventually lead to death. Thanks. All of it looked fine. Good stuff. From what we could see, there wasn't much in the way of fire damage down there. So, if those were their clothes, why would they leave them? I figured they probably didn't get to leave with much, so I would take everything that I could. The fire went up the brick of outer... Okay. Like, I was... Like, part of me was like, is licking the brick... Is that like a turn of phrase or like an analogy? Because I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is it? It sounds like something somebody would say, like, I had to fix it, but if I fix it, I have to lick the brick.
Yeah.
I don't know why they sound like they're from Brooklyn. It's a Brooklyn thing, I guess.
Sounded right.
If I could. Putting the clothing behind me, I continued looking at the room. On the other side of the room was where things got more interesting. There were 2 long tables cluttered with stuff. And there were a few plates and bowls with small remnants on them. Glass containers everywhere that I now know were that says beakers. It's on them. Fearsome, what's up? I am still alive.
Hello,
A few plates and
fearsome.
bowls with small It's my weird way of describing things. The fire looked that way, like it was long tongues licking the brick. No, that it totally makes sense. But my brain is just all like, licking the brick it's got to be a phrase. Like from here on out, whenever something's like unpleasant that you have to do to solve it, it's licking the brick, just so you know. Like if something is bad and you have to fix it, but to do so you have to do something unpleasant, it now now you have to say, I would do that, but if I do it, I have to lick the brick.
Let's make it a thing.
It's a
We
thing
can make
now.
people confused. Like, what does he mean?
The brick. Fearsome. The brick. Small
See, it
remnants
begins.
on them. It is a phenomenal expression. I love it. Because it sounds like it'd be horribly unpleasant. With small remnants on them.
Because pica is a very serious condition, or whatever it said.
Lethophagia and pica.
Yeah.
Small remnants on them. Anyways. Glass containers everywhere that I now know were beakers. Glass tubes, giant pots, rubber tubes, funnels. You get the idea. At first, I just thought maybe the people that used to live here were some kind of scientist or chemist. It looked cool at first. I approached the table and began looking at the items individually. The glasses had a dry brown crust at the bottom. There were bottles and chemicals all over the place, and the smell was absolutely coming from this stuff. Pika, where you crave non-fiction things? You mean non-edible? Non-food? Non-fiction things.
I like it.
I don't, because I like pizza. Is pizza a fiction thing? From this stuff. I know where this story's heading. Anyways. But then I noticed the burner that the giant pot was sitting on. I reached across the table to touch it, and it was warm. It had been recently used. I was ready to walk to the other side of the table to get closer to it when Roman called out to me. By the sound of his voice, I stopped immediately and pointed my flashlight up at him. Starting to feel like, yeah, I have a feeling that's where this is headed. I have a feeling that's where this is headed. Up at him. Looking at him, he looked terrified and was shining his flashlight past me. I turned back around, following his flashlight, to see a man trying to disappear in the corner. And they're not alone. To disappear in the corner. To this day, that man was the most terrifying thing I had ever seen in my young life. The man was mostly skin and bones. Maybe it was just the flashlight, but he looked pale. I could hardly tell that he was wearing a white tank top, as it just looked like his skin. But other than the torn up tank, The only thing he had on was a pair of just... Tank. The only other thing he had on was just a pair of white briefs. From what I could tell, he either had super thin and short hair, or it was just patchy and balding. His eyes were horrifying. There were dark circles all around, and they were deeply sunken in. His eyes, Damn it. My best friend from high school told me her older sister craved these toilet bowl cleaning discs when she was pregnant. She had to leave work. That's horrifying. Because those little, like, blue toilet cleaning things are, like, bleach concentrate. That's awful. There's a film where the main character has Pika, and it's really about the family dynamics between a woman who is rather naive and impressionable. Her in-laws and her husband. She's pregnant. Interesting. It was all around, and they were deeply sunken in. Right, she wanted to eat them. That... Ugh. Ugh. It sounds so bad.
There was the museum that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
The Glore Psychiatric Museum, which was really interesting to see. But there was a woman there that had Pika, and there was like a display of all the things that she had swallowed, and it was huge. Anything,
Well,
any metals.
It wasn't just Pika though. She had Pika and she was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So she was craving things and basically was being told in her head to eat them. And yeah, no, they had everything like spread out on a napkin that she wrote on because she was schizophrenic, and she had some, I mean, schizophrenia obviously to the point where she was admitted. It was pretty terrifying from the outside. But like she ate so many things. They pulled like, it was nails, screws. There was tons of stuff.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
If you're ever in the St. Joseph area, the Glore Psychiatric Museum is an amazing little place. You can walk it in less than a day and see everything, unless they've changed a lot. We should go back there.
We should, because they had like a couple different museums all at once, and we didn't get to go to the last one or two, I think, but definitely really cool.
We didn't get to go to the basement.
No, we didn't. I like that they had the sleepovers there at one point in time. Like, I don't know about that, but that's really cool.
Oh, I gotta turn off nightlight. It's getting red on my screen. There we go. We're deeply sunken in. His eyes themselves were very large and wide, like we had clearly startled him. But beside his actual appearance, what scared us the most was the large gun that he was holding across his chest. Meh. Without looking, it was a slow burn in the film. She had a small box with glass top. Inside she carries a marble and several other small objects. You can guess what she does and how she retrieves them afterwards. Oh. Haven't been in your area since 2010. Tempting to do a meetup. Oh. This chest. Yes. We're not entertaining to meet up with, just so you know. This chest. Many have tried. None have succeeded. Without looking back, I told Roman to run, and as soon as I heard him running, I turned to run myself. So the guys had a gun, right? No sooner did I turn around, and I heard a loud bang ring out. I nearly peed myself, stumbling up the stairs in terror. Shane was already gone by the time I got up. I ran behind Roman to the window, but then I could hear the thumping up the stairs. This guy was following us. Hello, Gecko Moria? I'm assuming I said that right. If I said it wrong, I apologize. How you doing? Happy to have you here. He's following us. I could hear Shane shouting at us from the window. Roman was just jumping through it, and I was right behind him. I practically fell out of the window when we... I practically fell out of the window, and we ran to our bikes, ducking to remain under the windows. Once we reached our bikes, we took off as fast as our legs would go, and immediately headed for Roman's house, as it was the closest. Oh, almost done here. As it was the closest. Once there, we collapsed on the ground, trying to catch our breaths and not have a heart attack. Once we calmed down, Roman and I explained to Shane what all we saw down there. Shane said that he took off when he heard the bang. Birdman's still my go-to podcast while driving. I appreciate that. He took off when he heard the bang. Still appreciate that. There's plenty more to come, I promise. Tons more. Bang. At the time, we didn't know what the home-cooked lab was down there. But what we did know was that we were trespassing and we weren't supposed to be there. And we knew that we would be in trouble for being there. So we did what kids do best. We told no one. Thankfully, no one ever brought up hearing a gunshot to us, so we didn't have to fake that. My clothes did smell a little funny afterwards, but I buried them deep in my clothes basket, hoping that it would dissipate. After that, we stopped going into places like that. Always forgetting to send my stories. Hey, I'm still around. And until I'm no longer around, I happily accept stories, so whenever you want to send them. The black screen long form is my jam, but I'm assuming, listen on YouTube while writing. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm this upcoming month in March, I have a black screen version of my stories coming up, I think, every Sunday. Because I'm doing a bunch of extra stuff, so Yep, every Sunday this month, I will have a black screen version of the videos coming out. Like that. Like that. If it was closed in, like buildings, we avoided it. We still explored open areas that had clear getaway points, and that we could clearly see there was no one around. We were way too young and too small to fight off adults. I did learn years later that the lab was discovered by someone else, but they didn't find anyone down there. As soon as JD hears your voice, she knows it's bedtime. Oh, thank you, JD. I appreciate that. Do you credit the authors of your stories? Yes. So, on my normal videos, whenever I do them, like there will be a video tomorrow with Urbex stories, on the screen during the stories has the person's name, and in the description, it'll say, like, story 1 by this person, story 2 by this person. The only time you don't see names in the descriptions is if it's a compilation, because it's too many names to put in the description and too many timestamps. I don't typically put them in there. Or if you see a story, like, in the midst of, like, the timestamps say, like, there's just this, like, story 1 or story 3 or whatever, it's because the person asked to be anonymous. And if they ask to be anonymous, I just don't put a name, instead of just putting by anonymous every single time. So, yeah. I always credit the authors of my stories, and I never use a story that I don't have permission to use. So, if, like, I only use stories from Reddit if I send a message to the person and they say I can use it every time. I will never use a story if they say don't use it. And if they don't reply, I do not use a story. Or if the people submit the stories directly to me at my website, astheravendreams.com, there's the plug. I use those because they're sent directly to me to be used on the channel. So, Kendra Nelson says, I am so sick right now and have been listening to your videos non-stop. Thank you for making this flu more bearable. Kendra, thank you so very much. I do appreciate that. I hope that you get better here quickly. I hate to hear that you're sick, but I am honored to be there for you while you get better. Reagan says, muy bien. So many channels neglect that as a writer, especially. It's wonderful to hear. No, yeah, I never use a story without permission. And I never use a story and not give credit. I may have written one out. Where shall I send it? Well, Fearsome, you can just go to astheravendreams.com, and on the front of the page, there's a button that says click here to submit your story, which will then reload the page, taking you to my Redex page, which has a submission form where you can send me the story directly. From there, I get it in my email, and I can use it. Yeah, there you go. For those of you who don't know I'm an author, there's also a section on the website that says stories, and if you go to that, there's a handful of stories that I've written. They're all fiction, obviously, those ones, but some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty good.
Might be biased, but I think you're a fantastic author.
Cheese rolls.
Cheese rolls.
Cheese rolls. Anyways. Anyone down there? Anyone down there? As an adult, it's a crazy thing to think about. I always saw our neighborhood as a wonderful and safe place, but I also realized how much my parents protected us, especially from things like that. Who knows what that man would have done? He definitely chased us that day, but did he just shoot at us to warn us? Would he have actually shot us? And if so, what would he have done if he did hit us and possibly killed us? No one knew that we were there, so we could have disappeared and just never had been seen again. Just a few words of advice to anyone partaking in urbex. Always make sure someone knows where you are. Never go alone, and identify multiple exit points. It could just save your life. Run my compressor. Yeah. Yeah. Yoshi. Complete. Okay. Save. Control A. Control E. 714. This guy. 714. Which puts that one at 2.5 words per second. Not bad. When do we get Chapter 4? Asks Cindy Cleveland. Hopefully soon. Didn't I post it? Isn't it in the folder? It's just not... I just didn't post the link, did I? I can't post it here because everyone will see it. And this is for, members only. At farmersonly.com. Why did that click in my head?
Why? Why did we do that?
Farmers only. You know what? I should copy chapter 5. Cindy, I'm going to send you the link directly. And then I'll make a post about it. Had a meth lab fire 3 doors down. Really does smell like maple syrup. 3 doors down? Hold me while you're here. Hold me while I'm gone. I don't know the words of that song. I need to make a post with these chapter links to give to the lovely people who are my members and patrons that help support the channel further.
Thanks for reminding him, Cindy.
Yeah, chapter 4 and 5 are in there. It's just I just haven't put the links up because the whole part I said where like I'm bad at being an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, Fearsome asked if I will say her name in the podcast. I don't usually say the name of the authors, but for you I will, if you put it in there. Pen, did you say... You said sell. Did you mean smell or... Actually, hang on. Does it sell like maple syrup? Because that's a lot of selling. That's a lot. Or did you mean smell? Smell, okay. Sell also, yes. Man, this amphetamine is selling like maple syrup in Canada. I would take down the dealers, but I'd have to lick the brick.
There we go.
Do 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 do. Explains all the cars and loud music and pancakes. I like that. All right, friends, I'll be right back. I need more water. My water is empty, so Patience has to take over the stream now.
Uh-oh. Well, you walk like 3 feet behind us.
3? That's like 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like 13 feet.
That seems like a lot, and I'm not good with
Basically,
measurements.
It's
Yeah, well,
the entire length of it.
I'm not good with measurements.
I mean, I could lay down at least twice, so that's at least 10 feet.
Okay, well, fair.
Can I fill up my water?
Yep.
My water pump, my 5-gallon jug?
Hear the water pump go brrrr. But it's not nearly as loud as the other one. Yes. The old pump broke for some reason, and it just like to scream randomly. I could hear it upstairs while I work. Just out of nowhere, you hear brrrr, brrrr. Like, whoa. Huh. Yeah. Penn asked, as a Melbourne girl, I have to ask. Oh, I pronounced that wrong, didn't I? Are you a Taylor Swift fan? No, I am not. Sorry. I am not a Swiftie. Not even close. Because she was there recently, maybe? I don't know.
And I'm back. Licking the bricks to sell. Nice. Raven 5 foot tall confirmed. 5 foot 8, 9. I'm not tall. If not a Swiftie, who do you enjoy listening to?
Driveways is probably top for me. Along with most of the Dangerous Summer. Who else do I like to listen to a lot of? Probably too much. Those are usually my go-tos. Yeah. And that kind of music.
Cindy says I don't know who that is. I'm old. Being old doesn't have anything to do with in this case. There's kind of indie bands, so
That's true.
They're indie rock bands. Dexter, what's up? Says Burb. I would say right now my rotation is nothing but Bill Murray, the band, not the art, not the actor. Bill Murray and the Wonder Years. That's two different bands. That's Bill Murray and the Wonder Years. Have I tried K-pop? No, I don't like. I'm not a pop fan.
Hi, Dexter.
What's up, Dexter? I love that kind of music. Yeah, Bill Murray is an interesting one. I would say Bill Murray he's kind of metalcore, but he got interesting stuff. The Wonder Years is I don't know what you'd call the Wonder Years, but Penn knows who the Wonder Years are, apparently. I love Wonder Years. The Wonder Years. Is an American rock band from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, founded in July of 2005. They're a rock band. I guess pop punk is what they would call themselves. I tend to listen to the internal screaming within my brain. I don't really enjoy it, though. I feel that. I'm pretty hard into pop punk and I guess metalcore. And just kind of like rock, indie rock, sort of. Green Day. Green Day's good. I think they would be sort of alternative. They kind of teeter on the pop punk section. Fearsome try Nordic metal, right? It is an option. But like whenever I think like pop punk, I think like Driveways, The Wonder Years, Carousel Kings, Abandoned by Bears is easy core pop punk kind of. Settle Your Scores. Who else? Who else is pop punk? Knuckle Puck. Those kind of bands. In Heart's Wake. Okay. Parkway Drive. Actually haven't been listening to Parkway Drive. You been streaming a while? Yep, almost 2 hours. I've gotten through 2 stories. I could never do this full time. Like, I could never stream to record. Don't know if okay. I can go a little more mainstream. Like, you said you like Green Day. Alkaline Trio. Probably not. Breaking Benjamin, Crossfade, bands like that. A little more mainstream rock bands.
Heatfield?
Yeah, they're not really mainstream.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Baxter would be upset if he said he was mainstream.
I did say it.
Oldies these days. Okay. How about this? I'm a huge fan of Frank Sinatra. You said oldies. I can go back. I could say Frank. I could say Sinatra. I could say Ella Fitzgerald.
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday. I'm fairly diverse. That got a happiness out of Fearsome. I don't like Sinatra. Ouch. That was a punch to the gut. I'm actually not a fan of Sleep Token. Just don't really care for him. I love Nat King Cole. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't really think of any other bands that identify as... I would identify as pop punk. I'm a huge fan of Grunk beating a log with a stick. Now that's oldies. What? It's okay. No, I get you. We all have our favorites. There you go. My voice cracked. Y'all happy? Send you the Parkway documentary. Okay. Yo. Need to file our taxes. I was listening to Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald, etc. yesterday. My son was surprised to realize he liked them too. He's 14. So, whenever I'm writing, like for my book that I intend to release eventually, I tend to put on a Sinatra radio on YouTube Music, which plays all of them: King Cole, Ella, Billy, etc. Tacos, hell yeah. Cave pop, okay. NF, I'm not a fan of NF. I just couldn't, like, I've listened to several NF songs, because PA sent them to me, and I just can't get into his work. I don't know, I'm a hipster. If it's cool, I don't like it. No, no! Yeah, sorry. Sorry. I know. I'm a terrible person. Fearsome, you're not the only one. I'm disappointed in myself, too. Does that make you feel good? You like all those bands before they were cool? Hell yeah, I did. And they're not even cool now. I like this little-known band you guys have, like, never heard of, called, Iron Maiden.
Oh my god.
You guys have never, ever heard of Iron Maiden. I know that because I have. Yeah, NF it's a person. He's a rapper. I'm a barista, so I've had to freak with your kind. No, I know. I was it was. So like, have you heard of O? No, it's NF, I believe, Cindy. I think that was a typo on Fearsome's part. MF is something totally different. NF, I believe, is the person. Brandy says they love Iron Maiden. Eddie, yeah. I want to buy the Eddie skins, at least one of them, for the Killers and Dead by Daylight. I really do. Damn Temu ads. Did you get a Temu ad in my video? YouTube, you stop that right now. Pantera? No, Cindy, don't. Shut up. No, don't. Please don't. Like, seriously. Please don't. But the pen mentioned Pantera. Never heard of them. I bet they don't sing any songs I know, like Cowboys from Heck. 5 minutes together. Linkin Park. I loved Linkin Park throughout, like, most of my teenage years. I stopped liking them at one point, though. I got a Temu ad, too. I'm sorry. Has anyone bought anything from Temu? I haven't. I don't even have an account. I know people have, like my mom does.
My sister bought some things. She got them, and she said they looked okay, but still a little sus to me.
The fan on your laptop is seriously loud. Atreyu, says Brandy. I was never an Atreyu fan. Basic stuff. Dexter says I'm a cheap ass. I refuse to pay for YouTube Red or Premium, whatever it's called. It's called Premium. I've had Premium since it was Red, like way back date. Like whenever they first announced YouTube Premium, I think I signed up for it. And I had it for $10 a month until this year, whenever they decided to up the price to match what everyone else pays. Because apparently signing up at the beginning wasn't good enough for YouTube to not charge us too much. Housemates and I listen to Nordic metal, Australian metal, German death metal, and K-pop. Okay. It's quite a diverse taste in music there. They pay people to pay people to pay people to pick up human trafficked people to shop for them. Okay. Dexter, that's it's a lot of layers. That's a lot to take in, Dexter. I need a moment to process what you just said. I had read about a year ago and I canceled. So I still have Premium. I can't get rid of it. I refuse. Danzig? I used to listen to Danzig. We go from roar, roar, roar to meow, meow, meow. Chippy, chippy, choppy, choppy. Dea, what's up? How you doing?
Hello, Dea.
How you doing, Dea? You holding up out there? Angle Maker asks my daughter. Haven't heard of that one. I have not heard of that one. I'm doing all right. How you guys doing? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good, to the best of my knowledge. Oh, it's probably, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Angel Maker, Brandy. Might have been a typo there. Haven't heard of them either. Apparently they're a Canadian deathcore band. Interesting. Fearsome said, anyway, I'm going to cause chaos, so I'll be quietish. You're fine. She said, Dad? To whom? Yes. No, because I haven't heard of Angel Maker. Interesting one. Oh. Dayseeker, that's another good one that I like. Rory Rodriguez. That man has a voice. The Plot in You. And Landon Tewers. Absolutely love Landon Tewers. We talking music? Apparently. Fearsome's gonna get on VR. Gonna cause chaos. Cool, cool. I really do think you would love In Heart's Wake. Good, sturdy metalcore. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. We've recorded 2 stories tonight in 2 hours. Looking through what I need to record. I got those 2 done though. That's good. Tomorrow's video is pretty much done. Patience, you would love Camelot. Interesting. Another one I haven't heard of. I just wanted to say to you, Mr. Raven, that you saved my life. Believe it or not, I had a stroke listening to your stories while I slept. That's what brought me back through it. Oh. Wow, I am so sorry to hear that. But... Wow. I'm glad you were able to get back through it. I guess I should say it, like, it's an absolute honor. I hope you're doing better. Penn says, I'm assuming about Camelot metal, but it's all romantic power ballads. Interesting. Yes, absolutely. Very glad you are here with us, Brandy. Very glad. Yeah, Penn, what? Check him out. Patience, you can talk. You have a button. What are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
She's sitting here typing in chat, and, like, she has a button to push so you can just talk.
Well, I don't know how to say that, so I'm not going to say that part. That fearsome sense. So I just copied it and I said, yeah, I'm learning.
Fair enough. And your laptop fan kicked on again. You push the button, it's just...
My laptop would also like to talk.
Patience, you must bless our ears with their voice. Yep. Bless them.
Bless you. And bless you if you sneezed.
Yes. You must bless the rains. What to do? It is 9:36. It's bedtime for old people like me. Should probably do that. Daya was making fun of me for only having recorded 2 stories.
Yeah.
With all respect, Daya, it was 2 stories and a lot of chatting.
That's true.
That's true. Check out Ocean Grove, another solid Aussie metalcore band named after my favorite seaside town here in Victoria. Nice. Patience, message me on Discord, can't find you. 10:36
Okay.
there where Cindy is. Yeah, you're an hour ahead. But, like, tomorrow being Saturday, I'll probably be getting up around 5:30. That's fair. Yeah, like, I know, like, you know, like, Joel sits there and does the entire voice. Thanks, Fearsome. I read your message as I read. Does the entire video of stories, but he also streams for like 4 hours. And I'm like, I did 2 stories, and it's only taken me 2 hours and 15 minutes. And it's only 21 minutes of content. I've gotten 10 minutes of content done in each hour we've been live. Oh my god. Oh, sad.
You're doing a great job.
Sad. Sad times. Doing a great job. Thanks, love.
What?
Yes, I'm doing a great job. Thanks, love.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You didn't come on until 1 in the morning of the night. Sheesh. More than I get done in an hour? It'll be worth it. It will be worth it. Nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't be up until 1 in the morning recording. I've done it before, just like recording myself. Like, there's been nights where I told patients, like, hey, I'm gonna go downstairs and record. You just fall asleep on the couch and I'll be up in a few hours. And I'll come up at like 2 in the morning and go to bed. I've done that before. Not in a long time, though. Just because I like to get up early and do work in the mornings. Like, I don't like staying up. I am not a night person. One could say I'm an early bird. I didn't stay up to listen, understandably. Sound effects, music, other people's lines. I have a lot to integrate. Yeah, I can't do SFX. It would, because I do true stories, I just feel like it would kill them. Like, it would just destroy them. This happened to me the day after Christmas. No drugs, no alcohol, no hangover, nothing. We have 2 pet rabbits, Munch, brown, and Finn, light gray, who, up until recently, shared a cage. Around the beginning of December, they started getting grumpy and territorial, so we now have them in separate cages. One is smaller than the other, but not too small, I promise. You can't even imagine how loved and spoiled these rabbits are. So, every night after they come out for playtime, they switch cages. SFX wouldn't work True Stories. No, I know some people have, like, used sound effects in True Stories, and it doesn't work. I don't like it. Just an afternoon slump, and I have to go pick up groceries from Click and Collect. I need to get my shite together. Pen, good luck with that. And they switch cages. And this is part of our nightly routine, and we always make sure that they get switched, even if we aren't able to let them out for a long playtime. In the night of Christmas, we let them out to play and put Munch in the larger cage and Finn in the smaller one. I remember thinking that I was glad that Munch got the bigger one, because he refuses to use the litter pan in the smaller one, but Finn does. And so I wouldn't have to deal with changing out a bunch of bedding in the morning. Bedding in the morning. She almost broke my phone messaging patience. She risked her phone for me. What y'all doing over there? Bunch of bedding in the morning.
What?
Okay.
I'm learning words, is all.
Okay. I got up and checked on them and topped off their water. I opened up both cages and give them their morning nose rub. That was terrible inflection. Bedding in the morning, bedding in the morning, bedding, 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 and yeah, see, topped off their water. I opened up both their cages to give them their morning nose rubs, and they were exactly where they should be. Finn had used his litter pan, like he always does in the smaller cage, and... Birdman, have you happened to listen to my newest YouTube story? You posted something on YouTube recently? YouTube definitely did not tell me. Age. Like he always does in the smaller cage. I then closed their cage doors and went to the kitchen to grab them apple slices, and came back, and they were on the opposite... Slices. And they were in the opposite cages. Munch was now in the smaller one, and Finn was in the big one. Their cages are kept across the room from each other. Both of the doors were closed after they got their nose rubs, and there is no way they could have opened their doors, switched cages, and reclosed their doors in the 1 minute it took me to grab apple slices from the fridge. Cowardly Lion story? No, when did you post it? Like I said, I didn't know you posted anything to YouTube. Apple slices from the fridge. Additionally, once they come out, they never go back in until they get all their zoomies out. There is no way that, even if I hadn't closed the door, that they would have just simply gone to the other cage and hopped right in. Still super weirds me out, and I have no explanation at all. No one else was home. I told my fiancé when he got home, and while he doesn't flat out disbelieve me, he thinks maybe I just forgot who was in what cage. I know that I didn't. Sorry this got so long, but I just had to get it out there. Get some glitch stories read, I guess. Not save. Export. No, not a new folder. Back. Stupid Raven clicking buttons wrong and such. No, Fearsome, I didn't know you posted anything new. Send me the link in Discord. A few months ago? Okay. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware. Now I feel horrible. Did you tell me you posted it? I think I'll do this story and probably end it. I'm tired. Yesterday I was driving to meet my sister. I was not tired, sick, drinking, doing drugs, or distracted in any way. In fact, my memory leading up to it was very acute. I was following a brown truck and passed them. We came to an intersection where I needed to make a left turn, and shortly after would be making a left onto the highway. The left turn light was red, and I stopped. The brown truck went straight, and had a green light, so they passed me. My light turned to a flashing yellow arrow, so I waited for 6 to 7 cars to move through the intersection so that I could make the left. I didn't see it. Like I said, send me a link on Discord. Please? 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 I could make the left. I looked into the rearview mirror, worried the driver behind me might be frustrated with waiting, and saw it was a purplish SUV. I was finally able to make the turn and saw the FUV? was a purplish SUV. I don't know what an FUV would be. I was finally able to make the turn and saw the SUV follow. But as soon as I finished the turn and looked back forward, my navigation was showing that I needed to turn around. Like I was going the wrong way. I was really confused, as I knew that I had been going the right way. I really didn't know where I was, because the area looked totally different. Like there was no highway overpass ahead. I followed the navigation directions, and ended up at the same light, making the same left turn again. At first, I thought maybe I had turned left onto some side street before the highway entrance. But here's the thing. There was no place to turn, because the intersection is right next to the highway. There is no possible way I could have ended up going back onto that road and in that direction without driving at least a quarter of a mile, including passing under the highway overpass, going through 2 lights, making a U-turn, and then going back through all of that before making a right turn to get back onto the original street. Also, it was instantaneous. I did not lose any time. I've had strange experiences before, but nothing like this, and I don't know what to make of it. Someone suggested I add a map showing what happened. There's a link to the map below, on screen during the story. On the map... Come on now. None of that. On the map, the solid green line shows. On the map, the solid green line shows the route that I was on up to making the turn. The green dot represents where I should have continued on my path, Red line shows where I ended up as soon as I made the left turn at the light. And red dots show what the navigation was telling me to do when I realized I was no longer on the road headed to the highway. Yellow line shows the jump from where I was to where I ended up. I hope this helps. Also, oh, come on now, my voice is cracking. I hope this helps. That's how I know I'm near the end of my stream. My voice is starting to do that thing. This helps. Also, I know that I was at the same light again, because there are apartments under construction indicated by a blue dot on the map. So, there is no mistaking which light I was at. I have to download that file and put it on the screen during the story. Doing a great job. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. I can hear my voice starting to give, if that makes sense. Fearsome, you heading off? Have a good night. We love you, Fearsome. Pen's gonna go pick up groceries. That's cool. I think I'm gonna call it, because I think we've gotten through some stories. I got some work done. Woohoo! But I talked to you lovely folks, and that's what matters. Alright. Yeah, we're good. Good progress. Good stuff. Got some stuff done. It's okay. It's been 2.5 hours. Friends, I hope that you all had a good time. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for chatting me up. You got through a fraction of a story. That's enough, JK, to grade. I did 4 stories, technically. It's all good. I've enjoyed this conversation with y'all. It's been good. That's what matters. I may do more of these on Friday nights. I know I said I was going to start streaming every Friday, and I still plan to sometime. But I may do some more recording streams, just because it's kind of nice to record and chat. So, yeah. Reagan says, good night. Gotta get some sleep to lick the bricks tomorrow. Have a good day doing that. It's obvious. It's not a... They won't be selling like syrup. Well, yeah. I may just kind of shift my streaming from just chatting over to recording and chatting as well. Just because it does fill the blanks, to be honest with you. Whenever I don't... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever I don't have much to talk about, it's just easier to just do this. So, yeah, I hope you all had a beautiful night. I hope I do see you again here very soon, my friends. But of course, until next time, remember you are loved, you are valid, you are important. You are the best you that you can be. Do not forget it, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And, until I see you again, my friends, much love, and sleep well.
Take care.